Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear all. This is Zakirullah, lecturer medical laboratory technology. The first part of the gross description is the labeling, the fixative, the structure present. Gross description, it starts by documenting how the specimen was received and it was labeled, whether it was in a fresh fixative or where it was in an old fixative, and what type of fixative it was used. The specimen first seen in an operating room consultation are dictated if they was received there. As we see the specimen in the gross room or operating room, so it should be dictated as they were received. For example, we received fresh, labeled with the patient name and unit number and ascending colon. So all this information it is included in this sentence, that the fixative was fresh and the sample was labeled with the patient name, with the unit number, and what was the specimen present in it. It was the ascending colon. So it is a short sentence, but it have all the information required in the first part. If there is any unidentified specimen or it was received in unusual way, so it should also be noted that received a fresh in an unlabeled container, hand carried by Mr. ABC or Dr. ABC and identified as belonging to the patient XYZ. So should also be noted that if it was not labeled and it was received in improper way and not received through proper channel, and also it was not labeled with the patient or the unit number or the hospital ID, so all this should be mentioned if there is a specimen received with the unusual way or any complex specimen received. The remaining part of the first sentence, it shows us all the components of the specimen, and the measurements can be placed in the brackets for clear dictation. For example, we received fresh, labeled with patient name, unit number, that is, and colon is a right colectomy. So this is the type of surgical procedure performed, and it also consists of ileum, and this is the dimension, the length and the circumference, the cecum and the ascending colon, and these are the information regarding the measurements. So this is the first part, and this is very brief and very precise. The second part, it shows us, and in this part we start the description that what was the main pathologic disease, what was the main pathologic finding that we noticed after receiving the sample. For example, there is ulcerated tan or pink colored lesion with the dimensions and with raised serpiginous borders. These are the borders, 7 cm from the proximal margin and 22 cm from the distal margin. So this shows that lesions was inside the margin of the tissue and the margin of within the margin of the organs or within the borders of the organ. The lesion grossly extends through the muscularis propria and into pericolonic soft tissue and is present at serosal surface. So this shows us that the lesion is present in all the 3 layers, but it is restricted only to the specific organ and the specific colon. It is not cross the colon, but all the muscularis, all the muscle layers are involved in the pathology. Now dictate the gross observation what you have observed, and not what was done with the specimen. The gross dictation and the gross description, it should be verbose, that upon opening the colon longitudinally with a pair of scissors, it can be seen there is a 4 centimeter lesion. Once on careful serial sectioning, it can be seen to extend through the muscularis propria and into pericolonic fat. And these should be precise. There is a 4 centimeter lesion that extends through the muscularis propria into pericolonic fat. The pathology report should not read like an operative procedure, but for some specimen it is necessary to stress on an important and negative finding. For example, in case of mastectomy, no lymph nodes were found in the area designated by the surgeon as the axillary tail, left overnight in Bowen's fixation, 1 millimeter sectioning and after care palpation. So this is the, for example, the breast sample, the breast specimen, the inferior region, the inferior border, the superior border, and this is the axillary tail. So if a surgeon mentioned to check any lymph nodes within this tail, so that there were no lymph nodes within the axillary tail. The third part of the gross description, it shows us any, in this part we describe any secondary pathological finding that was not mentioned or that was not identified or noted by the clinician. So after the main lesion has been dictated, all secondary lesions must also be dictated, and these lesions include the relationship of multiple lesions to each other. For example, 3 cm proximal to the ulcerated lesion is a pink soft villous polyp having these dimension with a stalk, and this is the dimension of the stalk. So this should be also mentioned in the gross description. The fourth part of the gross description, it shows us any, in this part we describe any lymph node, any incidental finding or any normal structures that were present. The normal structures do not need any detailed dictation, only they are summarized into a short sentence. For example, the remainder of the colonic mucosa is unremarkable, or there are no other pathological lesion present. And if there is any abnormality, this finding should be described. For example, the colon mucosa is a dusky red. So this is the important point. Or the remainder of the breast parenchyma consists of firm white fibrous tissue with a numerous blue dome cyst. So these are the important information which was not mentioned in the previous points. Also, this section may also include additional information regarding the measurements or documentary facts that was not mentioned in the first sentence. For example, also received a separate fragment of yellow-white adipose tissue having dimension of 3.52 cm without the gross lesions. The fifth part of the gross examination and the gross description formatting, it shows, and in this part we gave the information of any special methods that were performed. All the procedures that are requested, especially decalcification, must be specified, and if there is any non-routine procedures and special fixative used, so they should also be mentioned in the gross examination, because this will be the only record and data that what was done with the tissue and what was available and what is available for the special studies. For example, a frozen section was performed on the tumor and the bronchial resection margin. The bone is fixed in formalin and then decalcified. The photographs and radiographs are taken. Portion of the tumor is fixed in Zanker's fluid, B5 fixative or bovine solution, or snap frozen samples are taken for cytogenetics. The last part of the gross description, it is the making list of the microscopic sections that are submitted for the tissue processing. The total number of submitted sections is noted by using consecutive numbers or letters. The end of gross description include in this part the gross description, it include the list of each cassette, that how much cassettes they are prepared from one sample, and what was the tissue that was present in the cassette. If cassette contain different type of tissue, so what are the different tissues that are present in a single tissue, and number the tissue. Known information should be included in this part because this may confuse the laboratory personnel. Also, in this part, include the number of fragments in the cassette, which is helpful for the person embedding the tissue and sometimes in identifying possibly any misidentified cassette. The type of fixative, if it is not for mentioned, it should be also mentioned, and whether all or only a portion of the tissue has been submitted. So this should be mentioned in the last part of the gross examination. So this can be denoted by the RSS. RSS stands for representative sections are submitted from the tissue, that only certain specimen sections are taken for microscopic examination, and some part of the tissue is remain, and we can submit more parts of this tissue. ESS stands for the entire specimen submitted, and no more tissue left of this specimen, and we cannot submit more specimen from this tissue. Also, a group of cassettes can also be dictated together if they contain the same type of tissue. For example, cassette number 21, 22 and 23 all contain one lymph node per cassette along with 6 fragments, and entire specimen is submitted.